Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on.
And the game won't change, it's the same old thing. And the game won't change, it's the same old thing.
Primo. Dynamic duo. Dynamic
동전한 입조차 쉽고 일 없어 잠 못 들던 그때보다 조금은 일었어 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 배웠어 넘어질 때마다 일었어 다시 고쳤었지 이력서 눈부신 성공의 신바람 잠시나마 불어봤던 휘파람 한 곡도 채 끝나기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come
Did all
from.
my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a
It's the home of the Clippers here in Los Angeles as 2K Sports presents our action live from the Staples Center. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Look at Cleveland's starting group. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at center. Now, here's Redick. And Irving pulls it down. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Irving's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they are on the board first.
Trying to set the tone here early. I like that.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Mba Ambute.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching.
Oh! Yes, that is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
Unbelievable what I'm seeing here. Is this the dunk contest?
Hey, this one counts, Clark. Believe me, what confidence to attempt the alley-oop to himself.
He couldn't resist on that. The adrenaline just flowing. One of the more spectacular plays we've seen.
Still can't quite get anything to fall after 5 tries.
James wide open. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
To halt the run, and Griffin with the layup.
It took them a while, but finally they take the lid off.
You know, sometimes all it takes is one to get a team going. We'll see if that's the case here.
Now here's James. Smith kicks to James. it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, one of the more impressive things that we know about LeBron James is that he is one of the great leaders in the NBA. His voice carries a lot of weight, and he hasn't been shy about raising his voice on social issues either. Good to see.
And speaking of LeBron's leadership, trying to will this Cavs team to a title, one of his greatest challenges.
And Kevin, the expectations are just so high. He may have had less talent around him in his first stint in Cleveland, but after winning titles in Miami, anything less seems like a step backwards.
Boy, Kevin Love certainly is one of the best passing big men in the league.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And the wide open shot from Paul. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
You know, I don't think that was the shot they had in mind, but they'll take it.
Cleveland moving the ball around. LeBron passes to Love. Back to James. Fires top of the key. Out to Smith. Love outside. On the wing, Irving. Back to Love. LeBron outside. Second chance shot. Jordan with the rebound. Clippers trail by 7. And the wide open shot from Redick. Hits it from 3-point range.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Here's LeBron, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And it's Paul penetrating. No good.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Here's Redick following the basket by LeBron James. And Mbamute kicks to Griffin, passes it to Mbamute, and Thompson sends it back. Here's Irving, and that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Irving's got 5 now. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Cavaliers?
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Shumpert following the score by Jamal Crawford. To the middle, here's Fry. Makes it off the glass. Fry's got his first points of the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Crawford, no one around him. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. That's one he knows he should have drained.
Pierce kicks to Rivers. Here's Aldridge. Mozgov with the block. And he's going up for the alley-oop and finished off by LeBron.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Clippers trail by 12. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Crawford, no luck.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
The Clippers shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. It's Pierce on the wing. All sorts of time, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Inside, here's Fry. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
The dish now to Rivers. Green, the screen, off the pick. It's hauled in by LeBron.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-overs. You got to finish the job.
And as we can... And a chance to hear from DeAndre Jordan, who talks about the inspiration he drew from head coach Doc.
Doc told me, you know, you should be for multiple years. And I could tell that he wasn't trying to hype me up or just telling me that because...
A strong case can be made that Jordan played like the Defensive Player of the Year, Clark, this past season. And the fact that he didn't win it, looks like it'll keep him motivated.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I love the passion he plays with defensively. It seems like a burning fire in him. And Doc has stoked that fire with desire and inspiration. You've got to love how the passion to play defense burns in DeAndre.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And looking at what we've seen, Cavaliers pretty much in control here, it would appear.
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second. We've got J.R. Smith. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Thompson in at the center position.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
But they get it back. The kick out to Irving. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. That's 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. And an interesting byproduct of Blake Griffin extending his shooting range and his perimeter defense, Clark, his rebounding numbers have gone way down.
Well, it's hard to have it both ways, Kevin. I mean, the team needs him to keep working on his perimeter game, and if he's out on the perimeter, it makes it tougher for him to get rebounds inside.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Paul outside. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And on the topic of Griffin's rebounding, there's another force that helps submarine his numbers. DeAndre Jordan. Over the past few seasons, as Jordan's boards went up, Griffin's have gone down. Now, you'd think with the 2 elite rebounders that the team would finish better than 20th in rebounding last year, but that's another story.
And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Not as good, and the Cavaliers lead cuts down now to just 8 points with the basket from Mbamute.
And back to Griffin for a minute. I think he will soon find a balance between his emerging perimeter game and his rebounding. 7.5 boards a game, far too few for him last year. He's likely to return to double-digit rebounding averages, I think, sometime soon.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. A different look now for Cleveland. Channing Fries checked in for Love. LeBron comes in for Smith. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Matthew Dellavedova.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
Paul with the ball, guarded now by Irving. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Cleveland leading by 8. And Shumpert kicks to Fry. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
A nice shot by Irving.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Clippers trail by 9. Paul dishes to Jordan, and that one is stuffed right through.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Ball against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
On the wing, Jamal Crawford, guarded by Shumpert. Crawford, no luck.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than...
Oh, my goodness, he's just getting nasty on him now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
It's been a difference maker for them in this game. That's what's put them in front.
From deep, LeBron, got it. Number 7 on the night, 7 for 11 from the floor.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead. You know, Channing Fry signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
And Cleveland making a change here. Mozgov's checked in. Here's Rivers. Mozgov with the block. For the finish, and the dunk by James.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Well, talking about Channing Fry last year, the three-point shot still there for the second straight season, Greg. He hit the second most threes among power forwards again, landing in back of Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Fry was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Wesley Johnson.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
Smith checked in for Shumpert. Here's Green. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
Irving against Rivers, and stolen by Irving. Up top, Fry. James kicks to Mozgov. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got his 3rd assist on the night.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Timothy Mozgov. That is his first foul of the game. And the first half is now in the...
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron, and you obviously have been very productive. How pleased are you with where you're getting the basketball and how you're scoring?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but, not so pleased with, how I'm trying to, help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow as well as keep myself in a good groove, too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, he can't do it by himself.
All right, Doris, thank you. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lopsided game through the first half, that's for sure. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined again by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 19 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing? And over to Shaq, now your take on the Clippers.
Ernie, they are way too weak defensively.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about...
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Mbah a Moute in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. That's good.
For 3.
Clippers trail by 15. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they're bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Paul can't get it to go.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Count that one.
Kevin Love.
Love's got his first 2 points.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Yeah, and they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork, those were the messages. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback was quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks, Doris.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Come on, Shumpert's checked in for Cleveland.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
And that one's good. And it's 6 points for Chris Paul.
And that's exactly what they need to do right now. I mean, just attack the basket. And hey, if you get fouled, maybe you get some free throws out of it. And obviously, Chris Paul's one of the most highly recognized players in the game. High school All-American, college All-American, NBA Rookie of the Year. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Clippers trail by 17. Outside Griffin. Jordan sets the pick for Griffin. Redick, a good look, no luck. And Cleveland the other way now.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason.
Oh,
goodness.
Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
Not fair. I mean, that is just not fair.
Went soaring in for the sweet flush. Beautiful.
This fella knows how to punch it in style.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
Oh, he's got such great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And that'll be Cleveland if it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Green's checked in. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Fry's checked in. It's Redick on the wing. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Redick's got 8 points.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Paul against Irving. Here's Redick. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Irving up top, covered by Redick. Irving misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Cleveland leading by 16, pushing it up. And Jordan sends it back. And with the ball out of bounds, Jordan touched it last. For the Clippers, Paul Pierce is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in for Paul. Then for the Cavaliers, Mozgov comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Shumpert. Mozgov kicks to Smith. Pierce with the steal. Crawford outside. That's good. Crawford's got 5 now. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
And the shot is good. And the Cavaliers lead by 15.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Dellavedova kicks to Irving. Green with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving.
Substitution on the court.
Crawford outside. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
With 1 on the clock, good. Crawford's got 5 points now this quarter.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Well, through 3 quarters of play. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you know. So on the floor for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Dellavedova in at the 1 spot. Johnson goes in. And the rejection by Love. Pass to Shumpert. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Paul with the ball. Johnson the screen, and they double up Paul. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 8 now on the night. Right side Shumpert, and stolen by Redick. Now here's Paul. Defense right on him. Redick with the bucket.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's James, and off the front iron, and in it goes.
All right.
LeBron's got 24 points.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
For the finish, the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter.
Timeout for the Clippers.
And the Clippers call time here.
Just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Wesley Johnson. Irving's checked in for Cleveland.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Love the pass to James. Love kicks to James. Leaner from distance. Kept alive. Pass to Irving. Back to Thompson. Kicks it out to James. Love at the elbow. Second chance shot. James, no good. And you just look at LeBron, Clark, in a historical context. Last season, he became the first player since Bill Russell and his Celtics to make it to the NBA Finals 5 consecutive years.
Boy, I tell you what, this says even more about LeBron, that whenever he leaves a team, they miss the playoffs. And no matter what team he's on, they're favorites to win their conference.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Kicks to Griffin. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Smith is checked in.
Third personal foul. Into the lineup for the Cavaliers, J.R. Smith.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Griffin's shot is off.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Love kicks to James. That falls. Great assist by Love. Love's got his 5th assist in this one.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
What a night so far for Luke Mbamute. 9 points and a steal.
Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go 30-11 at Staples Center.
And Kevin, that makes 3 straight seasons for the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
Irving kicks to Love. Back to Irving. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And that one's good. And Mbaamute's got 10 points here in the second half.
A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. And stolen by Redick. And now the Clippers on the break. Paul's running. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And Mbaamute's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half. And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
He dishes it to Paul. To the paint. Jordan the pass to Griffin. Back to Jordan. And Thompson sends it back. The pass to James. Wide open. No luck. So the Clippers will take it the other way. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Cavaliers.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
And that's produced great fruit for them in transition.
And what a huge standout performance it was for LeBron James. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert's checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Here's Rivers. Here's Pierce. Banked in off the glass.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Shumpert dishes to Mozgov. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Fry kicks to Mozgov. Feeds to Shumpert. Passes it to Dellavedova. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Rivers. Down low, Crawford. That's tipped, and they get it back. Now here is Smith. He feeds it to Mozgov. For 3, Fry. No good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Smith, and they're pushing it up. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen by Rivers. Johnson attacking. Dishes it to Rivers. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They came in here and took...
LeBron, for so many years, a Doc Rivers coach team has stood between you and what you have always tried to achieve. Now, of course, Doc with a new team, and you shared a moment with him after the game. Do you mind sharing what he said?
You know, the way he keeps his guys prepared and mentally in tune throughout the whole game, throughout the whole season, you know, that's a great quality in a coach, and I wanted to share that with him. So wish him the best.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
We all know, anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over a game. Tonight we saw King James exert his will on the game.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways.
That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.